Beginning in 1983, the grindcore entity known as S.O.B, short for Sabotage Organized Barbarian, began fomenting discord and chaos from the city of Osaka, Japan. Kawataka Daisuke's raw thunder on bass, Satoshi Yasu's flagrant drum abuse, Toshimi Seki's raking guitar, and the caustic throat scrape of the inimitable Yoshitomo Tatsuan Suzuki on glass-fed vocals left a trail of groundbreaking and criminally forgotten grinding sonic destruction. Splicing strains of death metal and noise into their hostile blend of hardcore grind fury, S.O.B dispersed a discography of splits, singles, and several full lengths over their initial 12-year run that found fervent support in the underground heavy music scene. Strong backing from extreme music icons Napalm Death and Napalm Death's extended family, former vocalist, Cathedral frontman, and Rise Above Records founder Lee Dorian only enhanced S.O.B's reputation and international recognition. In 1986, S.O.B's Leave Me Alone EP displayed a strident take on hardcore from these Osaka-born grind freaks. While hardcore punk's structure and drive would form a solid foundation for S.O.B, the band would soon expand their sonic palette to include even more scathing, crushing, and discordant weapons. Across 4 full-length releases, S.O.B carved out a continually evolving sound. Continuing the band's furious hardcore charge, the buzzsaw guitars and raucous punk throwdowns clamoring through the din of the band's 1987 debut full-length Don't Be Swindle set a standard for intensity and scathing intent that few bands can match. Unhinged vocals and gurgling bass strangle through the speakers while incessant drumming propels this combustible debut. Noise, Violence and Destroy was a live collaboration with Jojo Hiroshige of Japanese harsh noise act Hijo Kaiden, released in 1988, and the band proffered a split in 1989 with their British compatriots Napalm Death. The Thrash Night EP, also from 1989, found S.O.B's scorching eardrums with a blazing 9-track dissertation of discordant thrashing hardcore grind. The sole official audio testament of the band's unforgiving live invective, 1990's limited UK-European tour EP provides documentation of the band's inaugural visit to Europe and the United Kingdom. Released in 1991, Osaka Mon Amour gathers the band's various single and compilation tracks into a single collection, ranging from harried, bass-heavy frenzy to the band's clattering hardcore dervish to raw vocals spit with a dirty howling venom. Osaka Mon Amour also includes a rendition of the Ramones' Blitzkrieg Bop that rips and tears straight through the finish line. What's the Truth from 1990 offers a dense and hostile affront from S.O.B. Virulent and burly, What's the Truth begins to twist and turn with increasing death metal swing and mid-paced groove. Blistering moments grind with pummeling intensity as the band revels in a potent energy. Drawing from the still embryonic death metal genre, elements of 1993's Gate of Doom and the band's final album with Totsuan on vocals, Vicious World, from the following year would set a stratospheric standard for all death-addled grind freaks to follow. Both releases are exemplars of robust and forthright death grind brutality. Moments of groove break up the assailing pummel, and the vocals offer a feral burl that infests each song with treacherous unease. These final 2 albums, with the inimitable Totsuan at the helm, showed the world what an aurally destructive impact grindcore was capable of, but suicidal fate would ultimately step in and deprive the heavy community of a fervent and vibrant musical entity. With over a decade of exercising a dominant, strong style of grindcore, June 22, 1995 brought tragedy to this revolutionary conglomerate. After introducing the entire world to their groundbreaking full-length exercises in grinding death brutality with 1993's Gate of Doom and 1994's Vicious World, the uniquely destructive voice of Yoshitomo Totsuan Suzuki was forever scattered to time and dust in a brutal suicide by train. The band would reunite in 1995 and 1999, first for a memorial show in November of '95, with the mindful and respected care of Brutal Truth's Kevin Sharp on vocals, then with former bassist and longtime band associate Naoto Fukuhara taking the mic until 2002. A more permanent replacement was found with current vocalist Atsushi as the band continues to perform across Japan as well as making an occasional overseas festival appearance. Releasing Dub Grind in 1999, this EP marked a new beginning for the band, with Naoto Fukuhara assuming vocal duties, awkwardly interjecting experimental, electronic, and dub influences into a more straightforward hardcore assault. Dub Grind would ultimately divide their fanbase, proving to be a spirited, though alternately straightforward and disjointedly disparate work in the band's otherwise outstanding oeuvre. In 2000, an official video titled History of S.O.B. was released. Consisting of nearly an hour of live performances, this home video showcases the band at their incendiary best, allowing the viewer to revel in the combustible nature of the band's live show. History of S.O.B. exhibits the band and their fervent following raging together in pure grind-induced bliss. 2003's Still Grind Attitude was a nod to the past, with Atsushi assuming vocal duties on an album of re-recorded versions of the band's classic tracks. Raging in Hell, What's the Truth, the self-titled S.O.B., Humanity of Stupidity, Not Me, and Repeat at Length are only a few of the 25 songs covering the band's entire golden age that found new interpretations on this release that was obviously meant to demonstrate the band's still grind attitude. Unfortunately, the intervening years have seen no further musical creation from these groundbreaking grinding death originators. Derogatory comments online make mention of the band finding a home in mainstream hardcore circles in Japan, making appearances at corporate-sponsored events, and peddling on the band's historic legacy. Despite the detractors, S.O.B. remains one of the most tragically unheralded bands in the history of heavy music, deserving of a place in the pantheon of grindcore greatness, past and present, alongside such luminaries as Napalm Death, Anal Cunt, Siege, Carcass, Doom, Nasum, and Pig Destroyer. From their early hardcore abrasion on 1986's Leave Me Alone EP to their penultimate death grind hybrid strangulations on 1994's Vicious World, S.O.B.'s inaugural iteration exemplified the free-raging viciousness of grindcore's formative years, as well as the noise-drenched and death-inflected influences that have grown to pervade this bastard genre's Venn diagram of metal, punk, noise, and hardcore. Never forget and always remember the impactful contribution of S.O.B. to the glorious panoply of heavy music.